Six Flags America does not have the best reputation among parks in the Six Flags chain, but I think this park actually has a really good ride lineup. The park boasts 9 different roller coasters, including an Intamin hypercoaster and 2 wood coasters. Then you also have a flat ride lineup that has been improved significantly in recent years. So in this video, I will rank the top 15 rides and attractions at Six Flags America. Before starting the countdown for this Maryland theme park, I want to note some rides that will not be included on this list. First, I have never visited the attached Hurricane Harbor water park, so you will not see any of those water slides on this countdown. Second, Renegade Rapids will not be included. This Rapids ride has never been open in my visits to Six Flags America, which is a shame because it likely would have made the list. Third, Mind Eraser is one of the worst coasters I have ever ridden, so that horrifically rough invert will be nowhere near this list. Starting off this list at number 15 is the Great Race. This antique car ride has an interesting layout that runs along the entry plaza, but the main reason this ride makes the list is because of the fun theming added to the attraction during the Halloween season. You pass all these figures and graves along the route. It basically feels like an outdoor dark ride that time of year. Number 14, Bourbon Street Fireball. This Larson Superloop is a hang time machine. You levitate out of your seat on every inversion, but especially when you stall upside down at points. Number 13, the Teacups. This Zamperla spinning ride can be a crazy experience. The cups are extremely easy to spin, so you can transform this unassuming flat ride into something noteworthy. And this ride also gets a fun overlay for Halloween with some lighting effects. Number 12, Penguin's Blizzard River. This unique water slide honestly feels more like a spinning ride. The giant inflatable rafts spin non-stop the entire way down. You actually get some force in the spin. Most of the course is pretty tame minus that spinning, but the double down at the end can produce some faint weightlessness. And despite its appearance, the ride actually doesn't get you that wet. Number 11, Ragin Cajun. This Reverchon spinning coaster features the familiar layout, but this one seems to spin far more. Especially if you have an off-balance car, you will spin like a top in that second half. Then the initial 2 drops at the start have some zip to them for variety. Number 10, Firebird. The original Balzer and Mabillard coaster was relocated from Six Flags Great America and later converted to a floorless coaster. For whatever reason, the back is the smoothest row on this coaster. This row only has 1 spot of headbanging exiting the corkscrew. Plus, there are 2 drops in the first half that can give some floater airtime. Then for everyone, the vertical loop has some hang time, and the corkscrew has some whip to it. While the layout isn't as ambitious as the later B&Ms, it does have a few fun moments, which I talk about in a review. Up next is where I suspect Two-Face the Flipside would have placed. While I never experienced this Vekoma inverted boomerang at Six Flags America, I have ridden exact clones of this attraction elsewhere. Despite how the boomerangs and SLCs from this time period were both rough, this ride is reasonably smooth. You just have some light headbanging from the oversized restraints. But this ride is mostly about the strong positive forces on the 3 inversions going both forwards and backwards. My legs are always numb coming off this attraction. Number 9, Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth. This 24-story tall Funtime Starflyer is the park's tallest attraction, and it features an amazing view of the back half of the park. This one isn't all that forceful with the spinning, but it does run backwards during Fright Fest, which is pretty freaky with those chains holding you up. Number 8, Roar. This rating assumes I'm in the front row, which actually offers a solid experience. It's by far the smoothest row in this coaster, and you also get stronger pops of airtime up there. Most turnarounds shoot me out of my seat, and then you have some smaller bunny hills offering a mix of weaker airtime plus laterals. If you can't avoid the roughness by sitting up front, you're able to enjoy this ride's twister layout, which I cover in a review. Number 7, Reaper Railways. This is a unique Halloween overlay to the park's Capital Railways train ride. You pass several scare actors along the route who get right next to the track. While the jump scares are pretty predictable because you can see them from a mile away, the sheer quantity of them makes it a cool experience in the fall. Number 6, Voodoo Drop. This is one of the smallest Intamin drop towers at just 14 stories tall, but it still packs a punch. You raise to the top faster than you may expect, and you get a solid view of the front half of the park. Then you drop with no warning, My stomach drops every time, and I also get some faint airtime as well. Do not be fooled by this ride's smaller stature, it delivers. Number 5. Batwing. This Vekoma Flying Dutchman has great positive forces. Many of the valleys try to shove you through the harness, which is pretty freaky. Then that vertical loop feels like a reverse B&M pretzel loop as you're slammed even harder into the train. While I wish the coaster spent less time on your back, it's reasonably smooth and it offers a good feeling of flight throughout the layout, particularly in those double barrel rolls towards the end. See my review if you want to hear more about this ride. Number 4. Harley Quinn Spinsanity. This Zamperla Giant Discovery is the park's best flat ride. This frisbee-style attraction runs a long cycle with plenty of max swings, each of which offers sustained floater airtime. Then the valleys showcase this ride's blistering speed, while also delivering some positive forces for variety. Number 3. Joker's Jinx. This premier ride spaghetti bowl has an okay initial launch, but I love everything that follows. The first 3 inversions pile on the positive G's, then the rest of the ride consists of a series of snappy turns and a whippy final corkscrew. Unlike the Flight of Fear coasters in the Cedar Fair parks, Joker's Jinx has no mid-course trim, so it runs far faster and wilder in that second half. Up next is where I suspect Python would place. This is yet another ride I never experienced at Six Flags America, but I have ridden clones of this ride elsewhere. These arrow-launched loops don't offer strong launches, but the ejector airtime of the drops is downright violent, especially when you're traveling backwards. I love how wild backwards ejector airtime is, and it really is a shame there isn't more of it out there. Then that airtime is complemented by a forceful vertical loop. This layout may be simple and not the smoothest, but I just love that power. Number 2. Wild One. I have a soft spot for this wood coaster because of its past history at Paragon Park, but the ride still holds up. I know Six Flags does not have the best reputation when it comes to old wood coasters, but this one is running pretty smoothly and fast. The ride has some great airtime moments throughout the out and back layout, particularly if you're in that front car. Then the final helix delivers good laterals to contrast. This is another one I have a whole review for. And coming in number 1 is Superman Ride of Steel. One of the earliest intimate hypercoasters, Superman's layout isn't perfect. I mean, look at the straight track and repetitive helixes. But this ride does have some standout moments. The camelbacks, particularly that third hill, and the final bunny hills all offer good ejector airtime, as does the first drop if you're in the back row. Then this ride has great speed and a fun setting that heads out into the woods. This setting results in some amazing night rides with barely any light along the course. While there are better hypers out there, this is a worthy top ride as I note in a review. So that is how I rank the top 15 rides and attractions at Six Flags America. How do you rate the rides at this Maryland theme park? Which coaster is your favorite here? Let me know your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this countdown, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.